My name is Mwarah Deche. I'm an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. I practice under the name and style of Deche Nandwa Advocates in Mombasa. I sit at the Judicial Service Commission as the Vice Chair, and I'm there by virtue of being the LSK representative to the Commission. As for my journey, I started in a very small way, just like the way any normal young advocate would start. Let me say that for the first 1 year, I worked in 7 places, including one place where I worked for 1 day in an insurance company. So I worked in law firms, employed, doing all manner of work across the board here in Nairobi. That's where I practiced for the first, between 1993 when I was admitted to 1996. Then I relocated to Mombasa. I continued in employment again for another 4 years before I started my law firm. We were initially 3 in a partnership, Deche Nandwa and Advocates. Then my partners relocated to the US for various reasons. So I was left with a large law firm, but I was the only one. That is when I realized my chiefs had moved. So I enrolled for a master's program, and after the master's program, I got an opportunity to teach at the university. So I have been pursuing both the academia and some practice. For the inspiration along my career path, I am inspired by senior female lawyers to see them the way they have succeeded. I look up to many of them as my mentors, so they do inspire me and their successes do inspire me. But in life in general, the fact that I have the ability to do what is right and make a change always inspires me. The common mistakes that I see lawyers make, they are varied. But the main one, I would say, is succumbing to peer pressure. At times we think peer pressure is just a teenage thing, but it follows you through life. The other one is not being prepared. When it comes now to matters of practice, you take a brief and you are not ready to pay the price of preparing. As far as pro bono work is concerned, I have engaged through Fida, through Clear, through Crado, and just walk-in clients coming in. What I would say is that it gives you a satisfaction that a paycheck cannot give you. You know, the good you do follows you. I always believe that there is a way God sees and He repays you. So for me, there is nothing like just assisting someone who could not pay. As to what I would advise young advocates in career progression, first and foremost, follow your heart. Don't do something that you don't enjoy doing. The other thing is, whatever then you're doing, where your heart is, be diligent in it. If it's court work, research for your briefs and do it very diligently. When you're young, you don't have the advantage of people knowing so much about you. So how you package yourself really matters. The last thing I would like to say is that life is a process. It's a stairway. I think it's not advisable to take 5 steps at a time. Just take 1 step at a time. As long as you are sure you are climbing the right stairway, you will get there. I do have a lot of responsibilities other than my responsibility at the commission. My responsibility, I'm a mother of 3 young men. I am a wife. I teach at the university. I do have my practice. I'm also active in church. With time, I think it's good to know, are you an early person or a late person? Then you adjust accordingly. So at the end of the day, I make short-term goals and I see what do I want to achieve. Then secondly, quit trying to be a superman or a superhuman. Get help. As for the leadership lessons I have learned, the most important one is remain yourself. Be true to who you are. Don't change. Don't let leadership change you. Leadership is all about influencing people to follow a certain path. And you cannot do that without humility. You cannot do that without putting yourself in other people's shoes. Be reflective. Try and think the way the people you're leading are thinking. Be respectful. Then be available. Move away from the clouds, remain with the people, and then consult. Keep taking advice from other sources. And that's what has really been invaluable for me as a leader. I'm a product of mentorship and I take it very seriously.